So, at Northern Elementary, this is kind of like my weekly update with the kids. So I'll post after this a little bit about junior achievement and the link for it, because I know that as I've been posting, people have kind of had some questions and wondering like how they can participate, how they can get involved. So after this video, I'll paste in the comments the contact and the link for junior achievement. So I'm at Northern Elementary again today, and I was with Miss Misik's class doing the third grade junior achievement. And so I had my lesson plan today. I went in prepared because it's Valentine's Day, and I had the feeling like the crew might be kind of rowdy. The teacher had kind of warned me. She's like, it's raining and it's Valentine's Day. So I fully expected them to be like super wild and sugared up, but they haven't had all the candy yet. So I made it out just in time. So they're getting ready to do their Valentine's Day party. So, and actually we used that as leverage to get them to pay attention today. The teacher had up on the board Valentine, and every time that they like weren't good, or if they weren't good, or if they were acting up, they would mark off a letter off Valentine, and if they had no more letters, they didn't get to have their Valentine party. So they were being actually pretty good. So today we actually did a lesson plan on payments. So it was trying to educate these kids, these third graders, about what it means to have a job and what that means, and what it means to have income and the methods of payment. So the really neat tie-in for me as a real estate agent was to be able to talk to them about credit score at the end as well. So I explained the difference of cash, the difference of a check, the difference of a debit card, credit card, and electronic payment. And it was just really interesting to explain to these kids the different forms of payment and what they mean, what it means to use cash or to write a check, and that's your money you're using, what it means to use a debit card, and then to try to explain to these kids what a credit card really is. It's not your money you're using, and there's a fee for it. So explaining the different types of payment for them and what's better or maybe not as good. So did that with them. I had them order from a restaurant, tell me what they were ordering, the amount it was, and how they were going to pay. So at the end, I said, okay, what do you think is the better way to pay? And we talked about what payment is better and why. So for example, that there's a fee on a credit card. Then we talked about budgeting and trying to explain budget. And one of the kids asked a really great question. It was, how do you use money you don't have? And it really made it an easy segue into the conversation of budgeting properly and managing your finances, and overdraft fees, hit on that. And I got to talk to them about how important it was to budget properly and know your expenses. And we use $10. I mean, hopefully we all have more than that in our bank account, but easy whole numbers. $10 in your bank account, but you went out to eat and you bought a pair of shoes and you bought a ticket to an event and you spent $14, and what that means. So we talked about the importance of budgeting. We talked about the importance of a credit score and what that can actually mean when they go to do things. I said, if you don't manage your money and you don't manage your finances and you don't know your budget and what you're spending, what's in your account, then you can hurt your credit score. And it may be here. And if you make bad decisions, or you don't plan, or you don't spend wisely, your credit score can come down here, and it can be very hard to get it back up. And what that means. And I said, well, if your credit's not good and you want to buy a car, you may not be able to. If your credit's not good and you want to go do fun things, you may not be able to. You may not be able to buy a home. So trying to help these kids understand that the different forms of payment and how important it is, and how to manage their money, and how to budget, and how that can impact the big things in life. So it was really, really interesting. And I'm wondering, what are the kids going to go home and say? Because they had a lot of good questions, like, how do you spend money you don't have? And, they were asking about credit card companies and banks. And one kid even piped up in the middle and was like, yeah, and you can get your credit score on Credit Karma. And I was like, yes, you can. Like, it was really interesting. But it was some heavy topics for third graders. But I think if there's ever a time to kind of ingrain in kids the importance of money and how you use it, and that it not use you, and the importance of a credit score and the impact on your financial future and how you live your life. And it was a very heavy topic, but they were very open to it. So hopefully that stuck a little bit, and it'll be interesting to see what they go home and say to parents. But anyway, another fun day of junior achievement. If you guys want to volunteer or have any part of junior achievement, I'll post after this, and you can participate. You can let the lady at Junior Achievement know. They have lots of different grades, lots of different classes. It's a lot of fun, and I would encourage everybody to get involved and give back. This is just one of the ways that Kentucky Home Team likes to get out in our community and help our teachers and be involved and give back.